Hey, taxi! Oh my gosh! I'm so excited for the event we're attending!
Yeah, me too. I prepared a ton for this day.
I can relate. I couldn't even fall asleep last night because of my excitement.
Okay, girls. Where are we going off to? Okay.
BGC po kuya on 28th Avenue.
Okay. Isn't that where a major of literature event would happen? Am I right?
Yeah, and we can wait to join in with all the fun.
Do we have to write an essay regarding event right after, no?
Don't mention that. Let's just focus first on enjoying the event.
Wait. So, are you girls studying literature by any chance?
Well, not entirely, but we do have a ton of literature classes right now.
I see. Have you already discussed Greek mythology yet?
No, not yet. I think we're just about to take it in second sem.
Hmm. Okay. So then let me share you a short story about how Greek mythology began. Is that all right with you guys?
You know that story?
Yes, indeed. It's really a very interesting one and a very entertaining story.
Sure it. Maybe we could impress our professor once we take our mythology classes.
Okay. Um, in the beginning, everything was a big mess, just an empty with no structures. So this is called chaos. And from it, the first gods and the world started to form. So the disorder represented by chaos in Greek mythology is a formless, empty, and unorganized state. So it's a complete lack of structure, rules, or balance. It wasn't unnecessarily chaos, however, in the modern sense of random destruction, but rather vast. And from chaos formed Gaia. So she is the goddess of fertility who gave birth to Uranus. So Uranus and Gaia became a couple that soon gave birth to the Titans. Sorry, um, so where Cronus is from, and then Uranus, which is the god of the sky, and Cronus, his son, didn't want things to change, which is because they feared losing power. So Uranus locked up his own children, and Cronus swallowed his kids, right? So they couldn't take his throne. So they tried to stop the future from happening, but it didn't work out. So the next one is this is because of Zeus. So Cronus' son, who didn't fear change, he fought against the Cronus and freed his siblings, and because the ruler of the god and so instead of just controlling everything by force, he brought the balance and created a new system where gods had different roles.
Wow! Zeus is so cool! I admire him for that!
Yes, that was a really great story. I'd like to hear more, yet it looks like this is our stop.
Thank you so much, Kuya, for the fun ride.
No problem. You girls take care now, okay?
A few moments later.
Girls, the Uber will arrive in 2 minutes.
Hi, Ate. Good evening.
In 1 kilometer, turn left.
That was such a blast.
Yeah, I know, right? They even mentioned a Greek mythology.
That story from Kuya Taxi Driver was so helpful for that part of the event.
So true. If it weren't for him, we wouldn't be able to participate.
How about you, ate? Do you know anything about Greek mythology?
I I did, Mo.
Maybe she's shy. Hi guys, welcome back to my vlog. It's me, your queen cat, with, and this is
super Latina Jeiky.
And
Sweet and elegant Zyrille.
and today we want to share our fun day at the literature event.
But before that, let's first mention our memorable ride with Kuya Taxi Driver.
Oh yeah, let's first begin there.
So guys, so we had a really fun ride in the taxi since the driver told us about the beginning of mythology or the Greek mythology.
This became very helpful for us since Greek mythology was included in the event. And because of Kuya Driver's story, we were able to participate.
Through our ride home with Uber was a bit boring since the driver was so nonchalant.
Who I agree, it's as if she doesn't mind we were there.
Girls, let's not judge the driver because I bet she was just trying to make us comfortable.
Yeah, maybe, but I have this wild imagination.
Hoy, Jeiky, control your super Latina-ness.
No, it's not that. It's just that I can connect the situation of taxi and Uber with the Greek mythology.
Wild imagination nga!
Huh? How is that even possible?
Well, taxis are like the old generation in Greek mythology since they resisted in the innovation for Uber.
Wait, I think I read an article somewhere that discusses how Uber has this unfair advantage since they were not required to follow the same licensing, insurance, and regulatory rules like taxi. This led to taxi operators to protest.
Oh yeah. It is like a war between Zeus and his father because Zeus wanted change and his father resisted.
Though I do question as why the old ruler are afraid of change.
I think maybe it's because of their fear of losing powers. They are feared being irrelevant and they want to stand out. And I think even a lot of other newborn gods and goddesses are waiting for their turn to lead. And just like an outdated product. And they don't seem to get much attention that anymore. And I think there is a better product. This seems that the old rulers only wanted a dominant.
Yeah, I can totally agree with that. You can even notice how greatly different the shift was. That somehow truly made the old generation come off as irrelevant.
True. In Greek mythology, the shift from chaos to order represented a pattern of generational struggles and oppressive ruling. Each generation refines the rule of the previous one. Uranus suppresses Cronus, overthrows but repeats the cycle, and Zeus finally builds a more sustainable structure.
Yeah, this was because Zeus embraced alliance and systems rather than absolute control. More so, through order is a balance of power, not a total monopoly. Zeus' Olympian order includes multiple gods with different roles, rather than just one ruler hoarding all the power.
Perfect! I love this discussion. It's so brainy.
And I think we are ready to write our essays about what we understand at the event.
True! That's it for today's chikahan, guys!
So I hope you enjoy our vlog for today as much as we did.
Stay Latina, everyone. Bye!
Hi everyone, this is your blushing Sheena.
Energetic Angie.
And fresh Dhea, and welcome back to our channel, The Datings of Beauty and Brains.
For today's vlog, we'd like to share a fun fact about the background of Uber and taxi.
So, as we all know, taxi are one of the famous and most convenient mode of transportation before.
Yeah, I always ride in taxis rather than jeepneys. Since in a taxi, it's like you own a private car.
That is so true. Yet, where did taxi even originated from?
The theory of this taxi dates back to ancient Rome, where horse-drawn carts with taximeters were used to charge passengers based on distance. The modern taxi service began in 1605 in London, followed by Paris in 1637, Early taxis were back, horse-drawn carriages led by the late 19th century. Motorized with taximeters emerged in cities like Paris and New York.
Wait, I'm familiar with this. Where George Button introduced the first petrol engine taxi in 1899, right? And Louis Renault launched a two-cylinder taxi model in 1904. With the advent of motor vehicles in the 1920s, the taxi industry modernized, incorporating distance-based fares, taximeters, and eventually advanced technologies like geolocation, Bluetooth, and 2G or 5G connectivity for improved service.
Wow, taxis really have come a long way, right? We even now have Uber to compete with their services. And for me, I enjoy Uber more since I don't have to go to taxi stops and compete with other passengers for a cab.
Oh my gosh, that's so true. Since I remember before, someone took the cab that I called and acted as if I wasn't there. Unlike with Uber, you can just sit down and relax at home while booking and waiting for it to arrive.
Yes, Uber is less exhausting than calling for a taxi. Plus, you can even pick on how many seaters you'd like.
So, where did even Uber originated? Isn't it like a taxi in an app?
Its name was actually Uber Cab, yet was shortened in Uber in 2010. And it's a lot different from taxis in an app since Uber drivers are private vehicles. It's like renting a car, yet the owner is still the one driving it.
Do you even know what Uber means?
No.
It means above all the rest, which came from German.
Well, why did you even ask if you already know the answer?
I just wanted to show off.
The company revolutionized transportation by offering an app where you can book a car that already includes the price for the ride as well as your destination, limiting the conversation with the driver.
Well, isn't that convenient for you, Sheena?
Yeah, that's why I choose Uber over taxis now.
I found entertaining video that comparing taxi and Uber with Greek mythology.
Oh yeah, I've also watched that. It's actually trending right now.
I haven't watched it, but I heard some of its content, and honestly, they're really creative. Though I'd like to differ from their views since Uber is like chaos.
How so?
Chaos is the creation of modes of transportation for the people on the earth, thus resulting in Uber.
Since chaos is like the start of new beginnings and the end of the previous ones, and since Uber is like a beginning and the end for taxis, Uber represents chaos is our modern world.
Agree, though taxi still exists, yet it's not popular anymore.
Then Kronos will remain as the taxi, since resistance from their side was really evident.
Chaos is Uber and Cronus is still taxi. What will represent suits them?
The one who created the app since they made a way for Uber to happen, fighting for resistance and staying firm to their innovation.
Yeah, I like this idea more since it represents more the individual behind Uber than Uber itself.
I can now visualize it. Uber became hit because of its technological innovation, creating a user-friendly app that streamlined the ride-hailing process. Plus, it introduced flexible pricing models, often offering lower prices or fare rather than the traditional taxis, and attracting price-sensitive customers.
Just like how Zeus gave every gods and goddesses a role and relevance, making him the successor of the throne.
Yet, despite all of these, our modern reality is still far more different than the Greek mythology, since taxis are still given importance in other countries.
Yeah, like here in the Philippines, I still see a lot of taxi scenes either way. Both have significance, benefits to the people because it has a purpose to deliver the customer to their destination or location.
They have their own identity and characteristics that customers wants to avail.
This video is getting a bit long already.
We're going to end the discussion here.
If you enjoyed our video today, please give us thumbs up and a follow. Bye-bye!
What's up, everyone? We're here today for a collab with Daddies of Beauty and Brains.
That's right. And today, we're going to revisit the videos we uploaded just 2 days ago.
Yep, for a quick recap, those videos were all about how we can connect Greek mythology to the innovation from taxis to Ubers.
Exactly! We explored how characters like Kronos represent taxis and Zeus symbolizes Uber. Since we got such awesome feedback, we thought it would be fun to dive deeper and answer some of your burning questions.
Yay!
Definitely! Just to add, our video was actually inspired by a brilliant comment from Super Latina. Her input really helped shape our whole discussion.
Yes, it was so wit and insightful. Big shout out to her.
You are all flattering me too much. Anyways, let's not keep our viewers waiting. Let's dive into the first question.
Alright, here's the first question. What similarities do you see between the Greek mythology and tech disruption?
Wow, that's a pageant level question. But seriously, since chaos represents disruption and the beginning of all things, it's easy to see it as the disruption that tech companies bring to industries.
Right, chaos is like that massive change, shaking up old practices that have been around for ages.
So in short, chaos represents that big shift that disrupts everything, right?
Exactly. Then, there's Kronos who resisted change. In Greek mythology, he refused to give up his power. In today's world, that's like in old industries, refusing to adapt to new technologies.
So, gonna symbolize those who resist change and innovation, right?
Yes, and then there's Zeus, the one who embraced change and created order out of chaos. In the tech world, Zeus is like the innovators behind the companies who build something entirely new and push society into the future.
It's amazing how the ancient world Greek mythology lines up with the tech disruptions we're seeing today. It really shows how much the modern world mirrors those ancient myths.
And now, let's dive some questions here from our viewers. Here's a good one. Do you think Kronos' traditional system always has to lose, or can they adapt?
Great question. Well, I don't think Kronos always has to lose. In fact, traditional systems can absolutely adapt. It's all about having the willingness to change. Just like Zeus, he created a new world order. Old industries can evolve to embrace new technology. It doesn't mean an automatic loss. It just requires a shift in mindset.
Exactly. Just like how some taxi service have started using apps to modernize and compete with Uber. If Kronos traditional industries are open to innovation, they can absolutely still have a place in the modern world.
Great point! Now moving to the next question. Who are the Zeus of today? World tech leaders, companies, or movement?
The modern day Zeuses. They're innovators like Elon Musk with Tesla and SpaceX, or companies like Apple and Google. These leaders and companies are shaping the future with groundbreaking ideas just like Zeus and created a new order from chaos.
For sure, and movements like AI and sustainability tech are also leading the change. These movements are pushing us toward our tech-driven and sustainable world, just like how Zeus leadership created a new era for the gods.
And now for the final question. What technology do you think will disrupt the future?
I think AI is going to be the next disruptor. We're already seeing how it's transforming industries, from healthcare to transportation. It's kind of like chaos. It's creating something totally new that's going to change everything.
I agree. Quantum computing is another huge one. It's still in the early stages, but once it takes off, it could revolutionize industries like cybersecurity, finance, and even healthcare. This kind of tech will shake up traditional systems just like chaos did to the old gods.
Right, and just like how Zeus helped shape the world after chaos, these disruptive technologies will help reshape industries and change the way we live.
Awesome insights, everyone! As we said before, the parallel between the Greek mythologies and today's world is pretty mind blowing. Traditional system, Cronus, don't always have to lose if they adapt. And meanwhile, Zeus is like innovators will continue leading the way. And technologies like AI quantum is computing could he be the next big disruption that change everything.
Exactly. It's all about embracing change and adaptation. Who knows? The future could be even more unpredictable than the myths themselves.
That's a wrap for today's discussion. Thanks for everyone for amazing question and insight. We'll see you on the next video.
History repeats itself. The old resists change, and the new takes over. In Greek mythology, Uranus feared Cronus. Cronus feared Zeus, but change was unavoidable. The taxi industry, like the Titans, ruled for years until Uber, like Zeus, disrupted everything with innovation. Uber embraced technology, changing the way we move, just as Zeus reshaped the gods' order. But even Zeus wasn't untouchable. Today, AI and automation are the next disruptors, challenging even the biggest tech giants. The real question isn't who will win, it's who will adapt. Because in the end, those who embrace change are the ones who shape the future.